was that, sir?
That's not human! That's not human!
Yeah, he said that's not human. Recently, a real 911 call has been released and it is making my skin crawl. This happened in Pender County, North Carolina, near Norris Creek National Battlefield. And I guess this is kind of a hot spot because there's been a lot of stuff happening here. Sheriff Alan Cutler actually talked about this incident. He said the call came in about 11 p.m. It was from a man saying that he was driving down the road and he saw a man standing in the road with red on his face. So the man pulled over. It is dark outside, and he proceeds to call 911. Sheriff Cutler even admitted that, like, it's very eerie and frightening what happens on this 911 call. So the driver reports that what he saw in the road was a man in a Civil War uniform that was wet and dirty, and he had red on his face. He was going about like 50 or 60 miles an hour at this time, so he's not exactly sure what he saw, but that's kind of the gist of it, right? So he's telling the dispatcher this, and we hear the 911 call, and there's like this loud banging noises. And then all of a sudden he says, "That is not human. That is not human." And the whole tone of this phone call changes. I mean, this man is in a pure panic. So he says he flipped the light on in the bed of his truck because there was banging, and he literally felt something heavy in the back of the truck. So he flips the light on and he sees this thing that he describes as not human. He said a snow white face pressed against the rear windshield, sunken in eyes, no ears, no nose, and looked like it was just skin stretched over a skull. And this thing was scratching at his truck and like beating on it. He was even interviewed later and he said it makes him not want to drive on those back roads again. I would not be driving anywhere again. And the sheriff that was interviewed, Sheriff Cutler, said that people have been describing seeing things in this area. And they've been getting calls that they've never gotten before about unexplained things. A channel did this called Carolina Case Files, and they went in depth and they interviewed the man, they interviewed Sheriff Cutler, and they talked all about this incident if you want to see that. What do you guys think about this? I am going to have a hard time sleeping tonight. To be honest, I may never sleep again.